This edition of One Play Wednesday is going to be a look at Kaiir Elam's interception of Patrick Mahomes in the Bills' Week 6 win in Kansas City. A really cool play. I'm going to show you two additional plays, examples of him playing similar coverages. The interception in Week 6 occurred down near the goal line, and the Bills play this exact coverage 3 or 4 weeks earlier against Bunch down at the goal line. So we kind of shouldn't be surprised when we see Kaiir Elam have a very savvy, very aware, balanced reaction to the routes coming out of Bunch. Underrated player, if you ask me. A first-round pick, which probably means that you can't characterize him as underrated. I think there was a certain point in time with the Bills where he was not projected to be a starting corner. And I think injuries have kind of thrust him into that role. And, I mean, he's taken advantage of it. I had no idea that there was this kind of polarizing opinion about Kaiir Elam. I made some statements in another video about Kaiir Elam playing well, about Kaiir Elam being one of the best rookie corners in terms of his play on the field. And there were people who were like, well, he lost his starting spot. Well, I mean, okay, that may have happened. I'm not saying it did not. But he's playing well now. And so, like, my job, or at least the way I look at it, is to try to illustrate positive, good plays, people executing the concepts they're asked to, and maybe sometimes going outside of that scheme a little bit and making plays that they shouldn't, or making plays that are exceptional. And that's what I'm trying to do with One Play Wednesday. So if you appreciate it, please let me know in the comments section. All right, so Kaiir Elam is going to be down here. Let me get this working. There we go. All right, Kaiir Elam is going to be down here. You can see it's a bunch set by the Chiefs. Let's let the play run at least once. You'll get the all 22 in the end zone. It will sharpen up a little bit here. I got to get these plays from international. So initially, there's a little bit of fuzziness. Great ball skills. Whoops, my bad. Great ball skills. The ability to catch the ball in traffic are on display here, if you ask me. Good coverage. Ball's not being thrown to his man, but he still goes up and steals it. Comes down with it. A beautiful play. From the end zone angle, you'll get a little bit better idea of the catch. I know this is a little bit fuzzy video. It's not perfect looking 1920 by 1080, but a beautiful play. And you can see that Johnson was guarding that guy right there, and Elam, it looks like, was on a running back initially, and then he comes off. I would say that that's a throw that Mahomes would like to have back. Elam is off screen to our left. I would say that's a throw that Mahomes would like to have back. My apologies, that was not the running back that was covered. It was somebody else out there in the route. At this point, it's like, how does he come down with this ball? It's one hand, and then he gathers it in, pulls it to himself while the receiver is trying to take it away. I mean, that's as good an interception as I've seen in the NFL this year, and we've seen a ton of them, right? I mean, Tariq Woolen is a guy that does it every week. So let's talk about what he's doing a little bit. So you've got one of the receivers from the bunch releasing out in the flats, two other guys releasing inside. When I say inside of him. And he's doing this thing, and I talked about this in the Tariq Woolen video earlier today. He's doing this thing that, Richard Sherman and many other people have talked about, and they know because they've been on the field against fast, high-quality receivers, athletic guys with great quarterbacks, back to the sideline, able to see the route or see the man, and then also able to see the quarterback. So he recognizes that the quarterback's looking away right now, and as soon as the quarterback turns to him, he's like, okay, now I've got to come forward and let me play this guy man-to-man. All zone becomes man at some point. Mahomes is being pressured. This is obviously a ball you got to throw away. But that's what happens when you're, one of those guys who's like superhuman sometimes. We as Ravens fans know that. This is a similar play to Lamar's interception late in the fourth quarter where your quarterback is just trying to make a play for his team. He's trying to make a winning play, and in this case makes a losing play, or at least one where forfeits possession of the ball and takes away the ability to score points. Let me know what you think of Kaiir Elam. How talented he is. Is he a talented guy? Is he just a solid guy that's in the right position all the time? I don't know. He looks like both to me. Like, how do you explain away this interception and not say he's talented? First round pick, the Bills saw something. And, what they saw, what they foresaw is working. So let's look at him in some other coverages. I know this is one play that are similar to conceptually to what we just saw. This is not bunch. It's two receivers to the side. There's a running back and a tight end in the backfield. And again, look, he's butt or back to the sideline and settles here where he can see the quarterback and obviously the guy slipping out into the flats. He knows he has safety help over the top. So not exactly the same coverage as down in the goal line, but point is Kaiir Elam was really good at this. And this might have been what the Bills saw at some point in his film at Florida, hey, this is a guy who we can use as a cover two corner, okay, someone to play the flats. I know it's third and long here, so the coverage dictates they want the ball thrown in front. They're just going to come up and tackle. That might have been another skill that they saw. This is a guy who tackles well. So, like, when there's a draft pick, I don't trust that every single front office has done all of their due diligence on a guy. But when a rookie, comes into the league, whether he earns the starting spot or he gets it from injury, and then he takes advantage of it, and he's playing the exact coverages they're asking him to play, and he's playing them perfectly and making plays off of them, they clearly did a great job in their scouting aspect of the coverage ability of the guy. Not really back to the sideline, but he's trying to get there because he sees this route. I think he knows pre-snap that this is a possible route out of a bunch set where it's a tight alignment. So you have the top of the numbers here. So they're like 5 yards in from that location. So clearly that's a tight alignment. It's a compressed formation. He's carrying the shoot route by the inside receiver and the baseball turn. I call it baseball turn. I don't know what other guys call it. Baseball turn, keeping his hips in a way that he can turn and make this tackle, swiveling his head, tight movement of his feet. Now, yeah, he's catching. He's catching on the tackle. He's not driving through the guy. Catching means, you grab him and he kind of, I don't want to say runs you over, but that's what we call catching as opposed to like chest to chest. Now, let's compare those last two coverages to this one. Even though the second one I showed you, the one where he tackles the tight end, releasing out in the flats, even though that one was not near the goal line. This is a coverage that they use everywhere. This is one that they used against the Ravens, okay, in terms of cover two corners, a Mike backer in the middle of the field, two hash droppers here. If you use a number system for your drops, it's just 1 and 2. And then 3. That's a weird number system, but a guy tried to get me to use it one year. We didn't. But he's great at it. He's great at reacting to this out of zone. Not saying he's not good at man-to-man coverage. I think he's good at everything. Tackling, recognition, speed, ball skills. Interesting that rookie corners have made big plays this year and also given up big plays at times. The NFL happens faster. You have to recognize faster. You have to react quicker. And Kaiir Elam is one of the guys who's making a quicker transition. I have a quicker transition than others. I have a video coming out on rookie corners this afternoon. Ahmad Gardner, Tariq Woolen, Derek Stingley, Kaiir Elam, guys like that. Just comparing how they've played this year, Jack Jones from the Patriots, and asking, who's the best rookie corner in the NFL. That's why I have this film of Kaiir Elam and then Tariq Woolen as well, because I had kind of already grabbed those for that video. Let me know what you think of Kaiir Elam's interception against the Chiefs and how he's showing elite recognition, awareness, body control, and then ball skills to make plays and help the Bills defense be one of the best in the league.